Nice. Hey everybody, how are folks doing on this wonderful morning? All right. Yes. Unleash the mice. All right. Now, hopefully folks have heard of Cosmo Tank. If not, you're in for a ride because this is a heck of a game. So, without further ado, I think we're gonna get started. So, all right. Now, it's gonna be pretty simple. We will be piloting a tank called Tiger Alpha 1, and we need to stop Greg to save the galaxy. So let's do this. So, time begins. I'm just gonna cut it off. So first of all, we go in here. All right, we're gonna do quest mode, which is the game. So, we'll be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, serious time first. Okay, thank you. We're gonna run over one button. Go to the left. We're gonna run over another bug, and then we're gonna shoot 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Yes, there we go. Okay, so this is our... until, you know, they leave again. But basically, we're doing this because this may look like a top-down tank shooty game, but it's actually a... oh, whoops. It's actually a Metroidvania. You want to level up. You want to get abilities. You want to get, well, in this case, power-ups. But basically, the tank, Tiger Alpha 1, she's pretty good, but she has a very, very low-power pea shooter at the start. So we want something better. And the way to do this is to pick up these power-up capsules. However, they're kind of rare. Unless you're fighting some of the big enemies, like these bugs over here. They always drop power-up capsules. And see, now I have gotten the level 2 gun, and it's twice as powerful. And you can already see, just based on fighting these bugs, just how much more quickly I can dispatch them. And there are 3 levels of guns in this game. And we want the 3rd one, the fabled Wiggle Beam. The Wiggle Beam, the reason I'm doing all this at the start, because this seems like a lot of time wasting, but this pays for itself in the entire run, because all the boss fights will be 2 to 3 times quicker if we have the Wiggle Beam. So, for marathon safety, it's better to get your wiggling on as soon as possible. There we go, we have the wiggle, we're now unstoppable. It's actually kind of a misnomer. We are very stoppable. But we have the Wiggle Beam. Everything's gonna go down very, very quickly. We just need to keep it. And to keep it, we need to not die. Oh, by the way, have I mentioned, this is also a first-person dungeon crawler. Yeah, it's one of these. It's great. For the Game Boy, you know what's good? Having another game in your game. So it's a top-down tank shooter. Also, there's mines here, so we're gonna hug the wall to keep ourselves safe. And then, there we go. I'm just gonna sidestep over here and get in there. Alright, so we take a left, and then we go straight, and then we take another left. These are like semi-complicated mazes, but once you just, you know, memorize them or draw them next to your monitor, you're good. Anyway, let's fight a boss. Each planet in... oh, by the way, there's multiple planets. Did you know? We're saving the galaxy. So, in this game, there's multiple planets, and each of them has a boss. We need to destroy the bosses. Stop Greg. Who's Greg? Well, we'll get to that later. But, yeah, first boss is this giant skull crab. Very nice, very affable fella. Just basically need to shoot until they die. Imagine that fight taking 4 times as long if you were still on the default gun. Alright, so here we go. Here are the planets. There's going to be a bunch of them. We will need to get to the other planets, which we will do in a bit. Now, this is a top-down tank game. It's a first-person dungeon crawler. Let's go to Manoa. But it's also a shmup. Because how else are you going to get to other planets? Well, you're just gonna fly there. Because your tank, Tiger Alpha 1, can also turn into a spaceship. And now you can understand why when I just picked up this game when I was a kid, I instantly fell in love with it. Because it is so many things. Now these little segments here are pretty fun, but they're very, very random. And the main thing you want to do here is grab some power-ups. We're already full up on weapon power, so what we will want to do is get some bombs. This is the good enemy wave. With this, we just sit tight and shoot, and oh, we defeated enough enemies to level up. Because there's experience, you're leveling up in this game also, by the way. Which you will also be collecting abilities that will unlock other areas, making this like an actual Metroidvania, even though it doesn't really look like it. You're leveling up, you're getting abilities that unlock new areas, and hey, we reached the small planet. Here we go. Alright, we're on Manoa. Manoa, fun, scenic, a forest-type planet. We picked up some bombs, and we're gonna use them to destroy these walls over here, and then we're gonna go say hi to our friend Erin. Our good friend Erin D. She's giving us the hover unit. Now that's going to be real useful in the next planet we're going to go to. Now, there's a task for this. Task is very quick. Task can usually beat this game, I believe, in about something like 23 minutes. It's relatively quick. We are not a tool-assisted speedrun, so we will be doing our best. There we go. This is why we pick up the Wiggle Beam early, because we do not have the advantage of being able to manipulate the RNG throughout the entire run, because every single thing you do, every button you press, every direction you turn affects the RNG. And there's just too much. There's just too much to predict. Alright, here we go. Sometimes the enemies you fight in the dungeons give you fun little power-ups. Sometimes they don't. You just kind of have to, like, come on, throw me a football. Thank you. There we go. Oh, I got some life. Thank you. That was nice. That was very nice of him. Alright. Time to fight the worst boss in the game. Hello, worst boss in the game. It's some sort of centipede. And you want to dodge these things as much as possible because they will stun you. And you do not want to be stunned. Alright, so that was my safety. I cannot get hit ever again. Because if you die, you lose the Wiggle Beam. So now you have to be extremely careful. So I'll be a little bit quiet. I just want to be very careful during this fight. Like, the logic in this game is pretty fun. During the first-person segments, if you're not looking directly at the shot, you won't get hit. That's simple as that. Don't look at the yams being shot your way, and you're fine. So yeah, we're gonna play this extra safe, because we want to keep our Wiggle Beam. Such a good beam. The best beam. Alright. Normally you can play it a little bit more fast and loose, but you just lose so much if you die to a boss fight. Specifically this one. This is the biggest time waster in the game. Because right after this boss, we will unlock a power-up that will make all other bosses way safer. You just gotta wait for this for this fella to explode, as all giant space insects do. Eventually, they just explode. Who can say why? I mean, probably because you keep shooting them with wiggle beams. But, you know. There we go. We're good. We're out of the woods. That was the scariest fight. Now, it's all nice. It's all good. Our good friend is just telling us that we accomplished some sort of goal. And that's it. We're just going to take off and go to space again. Who wants to go to space? Alright. Now, we're going to go to Planet Aquel. I said we're going to go to Planet Aquel. Thank you. Normally, the usual run goes through other planets first, but Aquel has a power-up we want. See, normally the TAS and the current world record does not go pick up the upgrade we will be picking up, but since this is a marathon, I prefer to play it safe, and the upgrade we're gonna get will basically, it's almost as good as the Wiggle Beam. Almost. But the cool thing about it is you don't lose it when you die. Because the Wiggle Beam, if you die, you lose it. You're back to square one, the basic gun, and that sets you back a ton. That's usually a run ender, depending on where you are. But you don't really lose anything else when you die. If you die 3 times, though, then you lose all of your levels, which means you start with your life bar all the way back down to its little small size. And we want to avoid that, because extra life means extra safety. And we're just gonna keep shooting space bugs, and hopefully not run into them. Because as most things, like, we're in a tank, however, the tank is very fragile, and is easily damaged by smashing directly into space bugs. I want more games like this that are multiple games in one. I'm just so in love with this game. Alright, we're in Aquel. Now, Aquel, we got the harbor unit, so we can just coast, skim across the lake, or, you know, surface of the water. Normally we would go straight up and then just go fight the boss, but we're actually gonna take a little detour here. And go through this optional dungeon. And we're going to be fighting a bunch of sub-bosses. Normally, you would, in casual playthroughs, you would fight these bosses to lower the health of the planet boss. But now we're just going to damage race. Depending on... they kind of like... These enemies shoot on a global timer. So, depending on when you enter the boss room, you might be able to outrun them. Also, sometimes, you know, you just don't want to fight, so you just use giant bombs. It's getting a little bit low on life, so we're just gonna try to play it a little bit safer. Alright, do not give energy to the life core. Whatever you do, it's a bad idea. Alright. Very safe. There we go. Now, we defeated these bosses. Once you defeat all three of these sub-bosses, hey, there's a capsule. There's a friend inside. Hello, friend. What's up? It's George. Hi, George. So, the Mad Professor has completed the ultimate weapon, Greg, which will be used to conquer the world. So we gotta stop that. That's kind of what we're doing here. So by doing this, we have opened this door. And this door leads to this fun little area. And this fun little area has an optional enemy. Top-down bosses. Sometimes we get these. Scary time. And we're done. Okay. So that boss was guarding the pulse unit. Now we have the pulse unit, now we're good. If we lose the wiggle beam, we have another way to defend ourselves and defeat bosses. Woo! Alright, so now we're just gonna mosey on back and use bombs against the enemies who just rudely, so rudely, wander off screen. Ah, thank you. I appreciate the hype. Alright, and we're just gonna head on back. So this whole thing was a detour. Normally, you would just, like, appear at the start and just mosey on up. Thank you for charging up our shields. So normally, yeah, you would arrive, go into this cave, and just, you know, go straight, and then take a right, and then fight the boss. Goodbye, buddy. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Okay. Now, this boss is a little bit rude. Okay, we want to be distributing damage across both legs, because otherwise this happens. Now, this boss going left, right, going in this direction is the worst thing. Please pick another direction. Because yeah, now we oh, by the way, this is the pulse unit. Now, this giant shot is extremely powerful. It is way more powerful than the Wiggle Beam, but it takes time to charge. On a pure damage race, if you're really good at mashing, usually the Wiggle Beam will be better than the Pulse. However, like, the Pulse isn't that far behind in terms of damage output, and the advantage is you always have the Pulse. Even if you die and you lose the precious Wiggle Beam, you still keep the Pulse. So that becomes the ultimate marathon safety. And also, there is one advantage to having the Pulse. I mean, there's two. One of them is when you're in a spot where you can't fire at the boss, you can charge the Pulse. And that's gonna optimize the time while you're not shooting. And also, it turns the final battle of this game from a 3 to 5 minute ordeal to a 50-second fun little fight. So that's another huge advantage of the Pulse unit. That's why we like it. And, you know, it's marathon safety, it's fun, and also it unlocks a very fun little Easter egg that we're gonna see near the end of the game. Let's just relax and shoot some space rays at some space rays. And basically, what we want here, okay, we have no control. The only control I have is I need to destroy the enemies until I get these folks. We want the asteroids, because every single asteroid always gives you a bomb, and we want bombs. We want 10 of them. We have 10 of them. Alright, we're good. Now we just need to chill. At some point it would be fun to work out what exactly you need to do to end these segments. Is it time? Is it waves? Is it number of enemies defeated? Because sometimes the final wave will just end right in the middle, and you'll reach the planet. At some point it would be cool to work that out, because this game is a little bit of a mystery, and there's some really, really interesting things still hidden in its code. Also, among them the fact that RNG basically changes every single time you shoot, every single time an enemy dies, and every single time you make a 180 in tank mode, because the game rolls a die to determine if you're, when you do 180, if you're going to spin clockwise or counterclockwise. All of these things affect RNG. So that makes it kind of tricky. Alright, we are on planet Gdom. So, okay, yeah, that is the worst wave of enemies to get. These enemies are extremely rude. They're the worst. I don't like them. And I like everybody. So we just have to be careful, sometimes use the bombs for safety, and we're gonna be going to see our good friend R&D, who's gonna give us something else today. What you gonna give us? The shield unit. This is just basically one of those Metroidvania upgrades that just opens a door. And the door this opens is fields of hurty squares that will hurt you. And now they don't hurt us because we have the shield unit. So that's pretty much it. we're just gonna go liberate another base here. There's a bunch of like space lobsters, or crawfish, or roaches. There's a couple of them. There's some that just like give you hugs, like this one, and some that have claws that throw them around. I don't have a favorite, though. No, I'm lying. I actually do. I like the ones that give hugs, because I like hugs, but also because the ones that throw their claws around can be real tricky. Alright, so we're just gonna pass over here, and then go down to the... Buddy, let me chill. Gonna go down here and liberate another base, because I guess that's what we're doing here. We're just liberating bases. Alright. You can damage race these, but it's not always a good idea, especially since health is at a premium in this game. You don't want to die, especially when you have the Wiggle Beam. Whoa! Hello, Slowdown! What's up? There we go. Alright. So, we've defeated these two bosses. And what that... Actually, not that bomb. Ow! Okay, oh, by the way, hey, these things will kill you. No matter what. If you drive onto them, you are dead. That is it. That is the end of Tiger Alpha 1. And that means losing the Wiggle Beam, and we don't want that. So we're gonna be careful a little bit. Okay, so alright. So oh cool, awesome. That is the worst enemy to encounter ever. So, but we're good. So, oh, I took a wrong turn there. Sorry, I meant to go straight and then left. There we go, and then right. I'm very popular today. I have all these friends coming to say hi. Hello. Hi, enemy who blinks. Alright. Now, I hope you like crabs, because now we have a brain crab. Who flies also, by the way. Surprise! Rocket-powered crab. Wait, there we go. Gotta be careful. Don't look directly at the space yam. Do not look directly at the weapons, and they won't hurt you. Simple as that. There we go. Hey. Alright. Yeah. That was the mining planet. Alright. So, we just need to... Oh, by the way, sometimes there's asteroids here, which is kind of weird, but, you know, okay, fair enough. Alright, let's just be careful not to, fall into the sand pits of doom. We would like to go to another planet. Let's go to the living planet DN1. It's a living planet. It's alive, and we're gonna go... Well, technically, we're not gonna go shoot the planet. We will be, you know, getting rid of some parasites. The whole story of this game is basically, you know, humanity has, like, colonized some planets. It's been kind of like an interesting adventure. And suddenly these giant, I believe they're robots. I believe they're mechanical space bugs, have come in and basically threatened all of human life. And as we have learned from our friend on Planet Aquel, yeah, there's some sort of professor who is spearheading this whole destroy all other humans kind of deal. And the ultimate weapon is Greg. So we need to stop Greg. Greg must be stopped. And who can stop Greg? Well, Tiger Alpha 1, presumably. I assume there's people on board. We might just be playing Ascension Tank. I'm not sure that's what's happening, but it would be pretty cool if that was the case. We're just gonna wiggle on up across the universe in this beam of hyperspeed and go down. Also, my thumb is getting pretty tired because this is an extremely button-mashy game. You can use the pulse beam here if you want, but it's not the most useful. Alright! Okay, welcome to DN1. DN1 is fairly straightforward. It's a giant, pulsating friend. That is also a planet. Hello, planet friend. So we go up to the right. We go here. We fall into a hole. Whee! And we take a left. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey, 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 you. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I'm kind of in a hurry. Again, no, listen, I'm just... Thank you. Alright, take a left. Listen, I've told you, I don't want to change my cable subscription. Thank you. Okay. So, then we just go straight up. And try not to get hit. We're really doing our best not to get hit, you know? But sometimes... Oh, by the way, there's mines. Sometimes there's mines. You have to, like, hope that you won't run over them. But what you gonna do? You know, the best you can under the circumstances. Nope. Goodbye. Alright, and then we take a left at the next one, I think, according to this map. Yep. Alright, and then we should be good. Yep, okay, we're just gonna go up and right and wiggle our way. Oh, that is an unfortunate enemy wave, but sure. Oh, yeah, we want, okay. These are exploding friends. We want to stop them from kissing. I know, this is very uncharacteristic of me, but we need to stop them from kissing, because they will destroy the world if they do. Alright, so we take a left. We go straight through this intersection. We take a right. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm good. And then we go up here, and then we take a right, and then that should be our friendly boss. It's a boss friend today. We're gonna be dodging left and right. There's this whole thing about stopping these capsules from reaching them, because if too many reach them, then the boss's other friend shows up, and it's a whole thing. Oh, the friend showed up, but that's okay, because the friend's actually way better. It's easier to dodge the friend. I'm gonna be quiet a little bit. Whew! Bye, friends! Alright. Hello! Alright. What's up? Hey, it's R&D! Hello! Thank you! Ah, now we have all the units. And now, the giant space bug has appeared. What's the giant space bug? That's Greg. We're gonna be fighting Greg. Who knew that the lord of all giant space bugs would be a giant space bug? Anyway, let's go say hi to Greg. Alright, one final joyride through the space and the time. I just love this music. It's just so good. By the way, if you ever pick this game up and you happen to, like, you know, like it enough to keep running it and do take the route that involves getting the pulse unit. Here's a fun little secret for you. You remember that friend I just, R&D was like in a capsule, and I just like popped it open, and she gave me the shield unit. The sensor unit. Here's a fun thing to try on your own. Go back there with the pulse unit, and instead of shooting that capsule open normally, charge up a fully charged beam and use that to open the capsule, and you'll find a fun little surprise. Oh, okay, so yeah, we are denied entry into Greg, so we have to, like, shoot our way in. As you do. There we go. Alright. The enemy fortress is descending. Kinda. I mean, we are the ones descending upon the enemy fortress, but... I mean, it's space. It's all relative, isn't it? I get it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, correct you, tank buddy. It's all good. Let's just fall into a hole. So, now, we've been having a fun little time here. What do you figure is on planet Greg? We've been through a lot. What do you think? What do you think is gonna wait for us inside these halls? You guessed it. It's boss refight time. Why not fight these bosses again? They're pretty cool, right? Okay, I'm gonna try to actually distribute damage more evenly now across the legs. You want to distribute damage across the legs so that this doesn't happen. There we go. All right. Shooting like the trailing leg on this boss is always a little bit awkward, but this just lets you stay ahead of the curve. Specifically the curve of the projectiles that are making their way to your face. Also, you can aim up and down. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, this boss, it's actually kind of relevant because this boss will go up and down a little bit, but it's not really a factor. Also not a factor. The threat of this boss anymore is gone. We did it. We destroyed the life core. Now we can just. Oh no. No. Sorry. No. Goodbye. Do not have time for these. Alright, not even gonna look at them. Alright. Now we're back here. Yep, that's another place with the space mines. Some of these enemies, you just don't want to give them the time of day. Alright, now this is a tricky little passage. We're gonna go take a left and then go right here at the end of this hallway. Who are we gonna fight? Hey, it's the worst boss in the game. That's okay, because we got the pulse now. Because now, the whole time, we did not have access to the pulse first time around, but now we do. So now, when we're waiting, we can charge up a shot. By the way, these giant shots stun you, the little cross-shaped ones. So you would rather not be stunned when fighting this boss. Wasn't that much easier? I love the pulse unit. It's just so good. Alright, so we're gonna go back across the little, little cross section here. Across the cross. And then take a left here. And refight. Who are we fighting today? You! Alright, cool. Alright, a little bit of quiet time, because this one's a little bit tricky. Quiet time. Gonna need some quiet time. Not committing quiet crimes. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Buddy's there. We're nice. We're fine now. It's all good. The first part of this boss is always a little bit nerve-wracking. Whew. But it's all good. Now the friends are gone. They left. I'm gonna have some boba tea somewhere. And then we go back up here and take a right at the crossroads. This game always puts you back where you were pointing when fight began, which I appreciate because it's easy to get turned around. Alright, so we're gonna go up and then go into the right spot here. Not the left one, we don't want to go in there. Nope, nope, no reason to go there. We just want to go into the one on the right. This one. Cause we have another friend. The one I don't like. I'm sorry, I didn't, I'm sorry, I should have been more tactful. It's just that you give the worst hugs. It's just like, please keep your sharp claws away. They hurt so much. Okay, we're good. Okay, now we have opened up this final hole we're gonna fall into. And this place is a little bit tricky. Not this one, the next one. Okay, so we take a left, and then we go all the way to the end here, and then we circle across. Okay, so we're gonna be coming up on Greg. Greg is a long ordeal unless you have the pulse unit. Let's go. It's Greg time. It's the Mad Professor. Can't stop me now. We have to beware Greg's overwhelming strength. Where is Greg? Oh, that's Greg. Hi, it's Greg. So, okay. Greg has a force field. The TAS and current world record technique is to just shoot. because you can barely shoot under this shield. So you can just shoot, and it takes about 5 minutes. Or, if you have the pulse unit, you can shoot off these little claws. And, okay. Gonna wait for the, there we go. Gonna wait again. There it is. There we go. So hey, we just shot off the part of Greg that shoots those very annoying cross-shaped projectiles. Alright, time is gonna come up. Time is coming up when Greg explodes. Please explode, Greg. We would really appreciate it if you would explode. It would mean a lot to us. There we go, time! Woo! Greg is gone. That was it. Imagine that taking 5 minutes. And that is why we go take the pulse unit. Nice. Main enemy fort has been destroyed. We did it. I guess we're just going home. What else are you gonna do? Yeah, now we have a nice little Metroid-style ending. We see Greg explode, and we fly away. Bye, Greg. It's been great. So that was it. That was Cosmo Tank. Beloved game from my childhood, maybe yours. Thank you so much for watching. It's been great. Final time was 34:47. That's pretty good. My record is somewhere around 31, which is not too far off, but you know what? We weren't super lucky with the giant bugs at the start. We took it safe. We didn't take that many risks because this is a marathon, but hopefully you got to see some of the cool parts of this game that I love so very much. And maybe this has inspired you to give it a shot on your own. So, yeah, if you miss Greg already, if you wish Greg was back, well, you can, Greg can be in your heart all along. You can just reach out and go say hi. But right now, Tiger Alpha 1 has successfully completed her mission. We did it. So, thank you. Oh, by the way, this is an Atlas game. Thank you, 1990s Atlas, for making this wonderful and quirky little pack of 3 games in one. So, thank you so much for dropping by. I hope that you will stick around, because hey, if you like shooting giant bugs, Earth Defend Force by EOD Tex is next. And if there's a game that says shoot giant bugs more than Earth Defense Force, I don't know it. So thank you so much. Please take care, everybody. See you around. And more importantly, let's keep making wonderful things together. Bye-bye.